We've got Andrew listening from Overland Park, Kansas. Andrew, welcome to the program.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, so my question is, I was wondering if you can explain the Leviathan and the Behemoth. And the Bible says if two more people are together talking about God, he's there. Would that include something like this, like over the internet too?
Yeah, I think so. I think that if we're together in God's name, that he's in our presence, and even through the medium of radio or television, I think God, through his Spirit, he can, of course, be with us. But back to your question about Leviathan and Behemoth. These are two different creatures that are mentioned in the Bible. Leviathan is some kind of a huge sea creature, but when you get to the book of Job, the Leviathan, ultimately it starts sounding like it is the devil. Some of the descriptions that are in the latter part of the book of Job, and says, who can pierce his scales? And it's almost like he's that dragon, because the book of Job begins with Satan, the accuser of the brethren. He's accusing Job. At the end, Job's righteousness vindicates God, and the Leviathan is sort of overthrown. But then there's another reference to a creature, the behemoth. And, both of those terms today are used to describe a really big land beast or a really big sea beast. I went diving with our family in the Caribbean, and we saw the whale sharks, and they call them the Leviathans of the deep because they're huge. A behemoth, some wonder if it was a dinosaur, because it's got big legs, but it says it's got a thick tail. It's not a hippo or a elephant. Pastor Ross is from Africa, so he can speak to that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, the description given. Apparently it lived in a marshy area, ate reeds, but it says its legs are just like cedar trees, and its tail is ginormous. Well, we don't have any animals today that have big, strong legs and a big, strong tail. So, and lives in a marshy area and eats reeds. So some have thought this could be referring to a dinosaur that lived before the flood and was destroyed with the flood. And, so, yeah, that is an interesting reference.
Yeah, it's still a mystery for most Bible scholars, but I think it's one of the places where we can speculate a little bit. Hey, thank you for your question. We sure appreciate that, Andrew. And now we don't have time to do justice for it. We see Robert and Claudia, Irene, Laura, Eva, Craig. Please give us a call next week. God willing, we're going to be here. The way the world's going, I think we're going to be here again next week and answering your questions.